Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. For those of you that are new, my name is Anna and this is At Home with Anna. First of all, I want to say thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I'm assuming a lot of you guys have joined the channel because of my backyard transformation, but I do want to let you know that I do all things homemaking on this channel, and I include gardening in that mix. So we are getting ready to really start to plant the gardens out. And you guys did see that we started to get trees. We actually had 4 trees installed. I went to go look at the nursery. The prices were fantastic. And while I was there, because I have a smaller vehicle and I don't have a truck, the sweet ladies that work at the nursery gave me the number of a guy that works there, works alongside the owner with landscaping projects, and said that he, for a fee, will pick up the trees and he'll even plant them. And so we went ahead and gave him a call, and he gave us a great price, so we couldn't pass it up. So I'm going to give you guys a tour of that, and I also picked up some plants that I'm going to start getting into the ground. But before we get into that, I wanted to show you guys exactly how I am designing my garden. Now, I don't have any fancy tools on the computer. Obviously, you can just use piece of paper and a pencil and you can do it, but I really wanted to visualize the garden and what it's going to look like in the end at full maturity. And so I figured out a way to use canva.com to do that. I obviously have an account because I am a YouTube creator, and we use Canva to create thumbnails and all kinds of other different things. So I went ahead and utilized it so that I could put together a landscape that I can visually see and know that I liked. So I'm going to take you guys through my process of how I did that. It might be something that might be helpful to you as somebody who is a new gardener, or somebody who wants to create a garden space, isn't really sure how to do that, or you have a hard time visualizing like I do, and need to see it in black and white or color. I do want to say that one of the trees that we got was beautiful the day it was planted, and it is decimated right now. The Japanese beetles found it as soon as we planted it. Now, I don't know if the beetles came with the tree. I don't know what the deal is, but they got a hold of that tree and within 48 hours decimated it. I'm going to give you guys a tour of that. I've been reading all kinds of things online about Japanese beetles. They have a very short lifespan. It's a short issue to deal with. I did try and treat it with some natural products. I even tried using the Dawn dish soap method. It seemed to work. We got really lucky the day that we noticed the problem. They came in to do the mosquito fogging on our property, and with that, they always fog all of the trees and the plants and everything. And it seemed to keep the mosquitoes away for a minute, and then within a couple days they were back, or the beetles, I'm sorry. So I have resorted to buying a poison that I didn't really want to do, but I don't have any pets, so I don't have any pets to worry about. And I'm not growing food right now, so I don't have to worry about that. I didn't want to have to do this, but it's pretty extreme, and I'm gonna show you guys it and what happened. I have read that they don't kill the tree. They make it look really awful, you know, for the time being, but I will get my foliage back. But if I don't take care of the problem, it can weaken the tree, and it can make it susceptible to other diseases. So we want to get that taken care of. The problem I'm running into is we are having storms all week. It's currently raining right now, which is why I'm inside under a light, because it's very dark, gloomy, and rainy outside right now. It's hot. It looks like it should be cold outside, but it's hot and it's raining. So I can't treat with rain, because then it'll put the poison down into the wash, you know, or like it'll wash into the, I don't want it to go anywhere. And I don't know that it's really poison. That's probably not the right word that I'm using, but I'll show you what I plan on using. But either way, I read the directions, and it said to be very careful with that. So I'm hoping that the rain will keep the beetles off the trees and keep it away, you know, stop the damage until I'm ready to treat. But anyway, so like I said, we're gonna get out into the garden, but I did want to go through how I design my garden and kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm following. So it's really nice because I printed it up and I'm taking it with me when I go to the nurseries. And although I might not be finding everything that I want for the garden, then I can find something similar, something that I really like as far as structure goes and color goes and that kind of thing. So it's been really helpful. So anyways, let me show you how I'm doing it, and then we'll get outside into the garden in the next clip. It won't be today, but it will be in the next clip. You'll see me, we'll go out there, we'll do a tour, and when it's not raining, so that you guys can see how far we've come. It's looking really good out there. Okay guys, so here we are. Hopefully this is coming out not blurry for you guys. I have a hard time telling because I have the camera pointed at a computer screen. But all I did was, this is my real grass and this is my real house, real fence, real neighbor. I just stood back and I took a picture of what I wanted to design. And then I went online and looked for all of the plants that I am interested in putting. And I'm going to show you how I created this. And it's just so nice to have a visual like this. It's kind of, you know, it's not professional by any means. You know, if you know somebody who can professionally do this for you, yay. I don't. So I created this from this side, and then of course we have the garden over on this side that I wanted to do. So then I went over and took a picture of that side, and I created this garden, which is what my garden vision is in maturity. You can see the walking path here, and all the different plants that I want. You can see I've got that purple. I've got that purple and white theme going again. It's just what I'm attracted to. You know, maybe I'll be able to add color. I like some soft pinks in there. I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing. But I'm going to show you how I created this from, let me show you what we started with. I don't know if this is what I started with. So I went from here. This is the picture that I took. And so what I did was I went and opened up a new window for Canva. And that way I had two windows open at once and I could work on two different things. I always click YouTube thumbnail to create things, but I just went in and I found the pictures online of things that I wanted in the garden. So for instance, and then I uploaded them to Canva. So for instance, here's the Natchez crepe myrtle, which we have since planted, the one that has been decimated. But Canva has this really cool tool. Hopefully it'll work here. So once I get this uploaded, into a blank space, then I click on the photo and I come up here and I click edit photo to here. Let me see. There we go. I click edit photo, and then you have all these tools here. So I'm going to click background remover, and we're going to hopefully work. There we go. So now it has removed the background for me, I should say. And I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to click share, and I'm going to download that. And once it's downloaded, and I always do select transparent background. You can see that right here. You click transparent background and click download. There we go. So now it has downloaded with a transparent background. I always like to give it a name. So I'll come up here and type in crepe. And then I always save it to my desktop. And that's it. Then I come over to my other page where I have Canva open here, and I click uploads over on this side here, and upload files right up here. And here is my crepe right here. So now I'm gonna click crepe, and then I'm gonna click upload that. So it's gonna upload it to Canva for me right here. It's uploading. Sorry, it's blurry. So there it is right there. Now I'm just going to drag it over here. This is the wrong picture actually. So let me delete this one and see if I can find the one. So it'll be this one over here. Oops. There we go. Okay. So we got the right photo. Now I know that I want my crepe to go right here, so I just simply drag it over and place it and position it where I want it, and that's it. And you can see I have I did the trellis. Here's the trellis right here. Not the trellis, the arbor right here. And then you can see that I removed the background from it. So then I just drag it and place it to where I want it. There's the arbor. And you just have to expand it to get it to the size you want. Doesn't have to be perfect. None of this is going to be to scale. Obviously, my arbor is wider. It's going to sit inside here and go over here, but I'm gonna quit playing with it. I just want to get like an idea of it. And then I take the plants. Then once I have that, then you can see I've taken, different plants, and we have boxwoods. I have decided to take the boxwood. I did not remove the background. I decided not to use this one. But I am going to be doing boxwoods all back here. And the cool thing with Canva is you can, this little button right here. So the cool thing is I can place my boxwood hedge because I want my boxwood to go all the way back this way, right? So instead of, doing the same thing over and over again, I just hit this duplicate and it gives me another one the same size, and I can move that and then hit duplicate and do the same. And I want this one, obviously, I want this one in the background, So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit position, and I want it backward. So I'm going to click backward and watch what happens. It puts it behind the tree. So that's really nice. I'm also going to do that to this one here. There we go. So it puts it behind the tree. So now I have a clear vision of what the boxwood is going to look like. So I'm going to duplicate it again because I want to see this all the way across. And obviously this, again, is not to scale. I'm just doing it for my eyes only, but I thought some of you guys could benefit from it, or, you know, it would be helpful for you to see, you know, how I'm doing it. Maybe it's something that will help you. There we go. So it's nice because it puts it behind the tree, so it's true backdrop. You know, this is exactly what I'll be doing. And that one needs to stay there. And then of course, this one's got to be smaller because just got to be more realistic here. Probably even smaller than that. There we go. Duplicate, duplicate. Another duplicate. There we go. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just, you know, creating a kind of a lifelike hedge, I guess you can say. So it gave me my hedge all the way across. Obviously, again, not to scale these. This is going to be much, you know, it's going to be much skinnier. It's not going to be, they're not going to be that fat. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in this garden here. So what I did was I just took duplicate plants from here and kind of mimicked over here. There's some plants I haven't been able to find and get my hands on because, well, they just don't, they're not available because of the short growing season, or, you know, planting season here. I find that nurseries get what they get, and that's it. So I'm going to do some more shopping in a couple more weeks, and hopefully I'll find more. But I did find something that I wanted here. I had anise hyssop. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. It's HYSSOP, anise hyssop. Is what I had here. I drifted that. Another thing that I'm doing too is I'm planting in drifts because I feel like you get a bigger impact, and it just looks better. I can't find any candy tuft. The nursery that I went to had one left, but I have candy tuft, like a drift of candy tuft here. And again, none of this here is exactly how it's going to look. It's going to be very similar to this, but obviously, you know, it's not going to look identical. I did put, we did decide to do on both sides of the air conditioning unit, and I'll show you guys that when we go out there, the hedge to match on both sides so that when you walk into the backyard, you have a formal hedge. And then right past the hedge at the air conditioning unit, I do know that I want to put two lavender. I just haven't decided what type of lavender I want. I want something, I don't want your traditional with those really light sage green leaves. I want the really vibrant. So maybe you guys can help me out in the comments and let me know which one I want. I just want it to be green and lush. And then we did decide to go ahead and where that rose is, and you can kind of see the rose back there a little bit. There's a little red peeking through because I didn't know how to remove that from the picture. So I just put a green plant in place of it, but it'll be another holly. So we'll have 3 hollies, and the hollies are going to be kept tall but narrow, and they're going to be shaped eventually into cones. So they'll have some, you know, structure interest in the garden there. I do have hostas placed here, and don't know if I'll be able to get those this year. I do know that the more white a hosta has on it, the more sun tolerant it is. This is considered a full sun garden. There are points of the day where this obviously gets shaded in, so the hostas may have to wait. I'm not exactly sure, but in the meantime, I'd like to get some other plants in there. My dream is hellebore, sun hosta, candy tuft, lungwort. There is a variety. I can't think of the name of it, but it has purple flowers that come out of it. I love the leaf structure, and I love the variegated leaves on the lungwort. They're so pretty. And then the lavender, and this is the eventual Japanese maple that we'll have there. We did plant the sweet bay magnolia, so you'll get to see that. And then I have my boxwoods here that we'll be doing, and this is my existing hydrangea and the original boxwood that I have planted there. And we did put these back here, and the reason being is the kids came and spent 5 days with us, and this was becoming a natural let's go out into the backyard area, and I didn't want them to get used to that, so we put those back, and I think they're going to stay for now. Anyway, so this is how I'm creating my garden. So I love this because I printed this up. I can take it with me. It gives me so much life to look at this and see that this is what my garden is going to look like eventually, at least this part of the garden. And I'm just so excited about that. But my favorite one is, my favorite side, I think, is this right here. It just, love it so much. I think that it's fabulous that I love this right here. Now you guys get an idea of what I was talking about when I said I wanted an arbor here. So Ernie can walk out through here and he can maintain the landscape down here, that, you know, because behind the trees it kind of goes down. He'll be able to maintain that. So this is an excellent entry. Plus I have a neighbor that lives a couple doors down, and she likes to come visit me, and she comes through the backyard, and I said, I'm putting up a special entrance for you. And I love this natural green sidewalk that will lead, and eventually we'll have another trellis over on this side. But you see the candy tuft, and I went ahead and I just repeated that here. The hellebore, I believe those are hostas I have back there, because eventually this will be all shade. I went ahead and I put lavender behind there. I'm not sure if it'll fit because I'm going to have the border of the green here. So I'm not sure if the lavender will fit back there. I might be able to get a couple smaller varieties in the back, but I do love the purple backdrop up against the white and the different shades of green. I have a very mellow pink rose, climbing rose here that I put. I don't know if it's going to be planted on that side or this side, but I went ahead and I placed it here. But this is one of my favorite things. My husband was blown away when he saw this, and it took me probably about 6 hours to do this whole thing. And it just gave me, it was a lot of fun, first of all. I don't know if you can see, this is a shadow here from the fence, so, but this is a green pathway that goes, you guys saw that in last update. But, you know, and there's a shadow here too. So the garden is round. So anyways, but it just gives me so much hope and inspiration to look at this and see it and know that eventually my garden's going to be this beautiful. And I know it is. It's just going to take some time to get around, but you guys are going to come along with me. We're going to do this together. So if you can think of some other plants that are similar to the names that I mentioned, like the sun hosta, the hellebore. I know that the candy tuft, the lungwort, the lavender, sun loving, they're going to do great, and the anise hyssop as well. I'm just not sure, like the sun hosta and the hellebore. I do have a hellebore out front, and it gets a lot of sun. It does well. but it does get some afternoon shade, so it doesn't get like they really hot. So I'm not really sure if it's going to do well here. I'm new to, you know, all of these plants, so some advice would be great. And you'll see behind the, when we get out there, you'll see behind this tree here, there's plenty of room. If I wanted to plant hostas back here, I could now. I just don't know if it's a good idea to plant that up close to the house, and I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get out there. So I did have somebody say make sure to leave ventilation, or, you know, don't block the air conditioning unit. Yes, absolutely, 100%. We are completely aware of that. We have done hedges around air conditioning units before, and it's just a matter of maintenance and keeping it very trimmed so that there's plenty of airflow between the air conditioning unit and the plants. But we also don't like to look at an air conditioning unit, so we're going to use green to cover that up, and it's just a matter of, you know, maintaining it on a weekly basis, just going and making sure you keep it hedged up. So but yeah, that is how I planned my garden. Okay guys, it's another day, and the weather has finally let up for the time being, so I can be outside. But I am standing in front of my absolutely decimated crepe myrtle. I have a feeling I'm going to lose all the leaves on this tree, and I'm hoping by the end of summer, if we get this Japanese beetle situation under control, it will recover so that I could have foliage. If you've had any experience with this, I would really, really appreciate some help. I was going to spray, but I called my pest control company and asked if they took care of that situation, and they said they did. So they're coming to spray all my trees and shrubs and yard and everything again today. So we're going to see if that does the trick, but this is just so sad to me. It was gorgeous when it was planted, just full of leaves and beautiful. I'll see if I can find a picture. If I can, I'll put it up on the screen here to show you what it looked like, because I remember I took a picture to show Ernie. Yeah, so that is the situation. I do see that it is getting some flowers on the tips of some of the branches. This is a Natchez crepe myrtle, and it is exactly what I wanted for this area, so fingers crossed it will recover. I'm going to take you over and show you the other trees that we got. Sorry for the dogs barking. So here are, we had 2 Sun Valley maples planted. I think I told you guys that we were going to have the concrete border put in, and then we dig up the grass and put the trees. So Ernie went ahead and took out the grass from around the bottom of the trees. You can see here. I had the guy come out and give me a quote to get all of the curbing done around the trees, and it has went up quite a bit in price. So I think we're gonna hold off on that until maybe next spring. I'm not sure. Ernie and I are kind of discussing it still, but for now, it's not something that I absolutely need. But so we got those 2 trees, and I'll give you an overall view in just a minute. Now let me take you over to the 4th tree that we got. I'm trying to make sure everything is level because we're on a slope here. But this is my Sweet Bay magnolia that we had planted. I told you guys that this is where I wanted it to go for privacy in that window. The Natchez crepe myrtle is supposed to give me privacy for the other window. Maybe one day it will. But I was in love when I saw this tree. I loved the form of it. And it just makes such an impact. Some of the trees are going through a little bit of stress from being planted, so there's some little, leaves dying off here and there, but that's to be expected and totally normal. I had told, in my diagram, I had the anise hyssop, I think that's how you pronounce it, a drift of them put here, but I found these Veronicas. I couldn't find what I wanted, so I found these Veronicas, and they only had 7 left, so I went ahead and I picked those up. We're just about Oh, I think I'm skipping the storm by maybe 30 minutes, so I need to hurry up and get these in the ground because we are in a stormy week this week. Yesterday it rained all day, thunder, lightning, the whole thing. So I want to get these in the ground because I have to keep coming over and standing them up. They keep flopping. So that's my goal for right now. So let's go ahead and take care.
Just close your eyes and let them rest. I know it's hard to fall asleep, but do your best. 'Cause there's a place that I go to when I want to hide from all the shades of blue. 'Cause at times I think of leaving, my mind takes me back to fall, when the snow begins to sing goodnight to warm. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry, and your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend, our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a tale. Just feel the wind. If you look close, you see the lilies dance and how they slowly grow. I'm counting years as they go by. Now all the lilies gone and days is brought to life. 'Cause at times I think of leaving, my mind takes me back to fall, when the snow begins to sing goodnight to warm. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry, and your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend, our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a tale. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry, and your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend, our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a tale. I know you'll meet me here one day. Just close your eyes and let them rest. I know it's hard to fall asleep, but do your best. 'Cause there's a place that I go to when I want to hide from all the shades of blue. 'Cause at times I think of leaving, my mind takes me back to fall, when the snow begins to sing goodnight to warm. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry, and your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend, our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a tale. Just feel the wind. If you look close, you see the lilies dance and how they slowly grow. I'm counting years as they go by. Now all the lilies gone and daisies.
Okay, now I'm officially out of breath, but we got those planted. I just wanted to show you guys from the side of the house exactly what it was. Remember, we're putting an arbor in here with a climbing something, not sure yet, here, so that'll be the entrance in the garden. But I love the way the trees look right when you walk in. Let me give you a better look from back closer to the street. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it way back there, but it's going to be so beautiful with an arbor and a vine, and that's just such a sweet entrance to the garden before we leave up front. But look at these guys. They're growing like weeds. They're so big already. Look at all the new growth. Love them. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but I said I wanted to make sure that we could get a lawnmower back here, and I wanted like kind of a natural walkway. Ooh, sorry, I'm out of breath. Okay, so I definitely got that. And then my poor Natchez back there, and my sweet bay magnolia. And then we just got these planted, the Veronicas. 9 would have been my perfect number, so I could put one here and one here. That would have been my perfect number. And maybe I'll find a couple, but I wanted just like a drift of them. I ended up adding some of them you saw me add the manure around it and not the soil, because I just ran into a bunch of clay right here, so I just used the good soil to get those, and the rest I mixed it all in, put some at the bottom of the hole with biotone, or plant tone, sorry, and then just topped it off with some good soil, because eventually this is going to be all mulched. So those look really good right here, and I will show you. I'll put a picture in right here of what my vision is for here, just to remind you. But we still have to get that rose over to my neighbors. We have a bunch of trash piles, soil piles here that need to be picked up. I need to get more bags, but look at this. Let me just show you from over here. I would be standing outside the arbor here, but it's gonna look so pretty, you guys. Oh, now let me explain this to you. I think I had originally said I was gonna do boxwood here, but we decided, because those wax leaf privets are growing so well, we're gonna do wax leaf privets to probably about right here, and then all the way behind here. And that's going to create the formal entry that I wanted. Eventually we're going to have the arbor here, and then right about here where this pile is, we're going to plant, which is so crazy, it's still growing. We're going to be planting lavender around right here. So it's a mess and a work in progress, but hopefully you guys can see my vision. And then this is the rose I was telling you I didn't know how to remove it from the picture, but we're going to do another holly right here, and they're going to be shaped into cones to create a nice structure backdrop in the back. So there's that. So yeah, this is my mess that I've got going on right now, but it's coming along a little bit at a time. We are getting stuff in the ground. The trees are looking fabulous. They're doing really good. We have some little tiny brown spots, but I think that's to be expected. The neighbor has some in his too. I don't know if that's just stress from planting or what, but they put on some growth at the top. I don't know if you could see it. Probably about 4 inches they've shot up. So yeah, they're doing really good. Now, I'm loving my maples. These turn beautiful colors in the fall, so I can't wait to show you guys that. I'll put up a picture here of what to expect. They get 15 to 30 feet tall, and I believe the span of them is 20 feet at maturity. So we've got years before that, so we get to enjoy them as a small. I specifically looked up small yard plants, and they're planted about, I think, 6 feet, Ernie said, from the fence. So there we go. All right. Okay, so here is the update on this garden. I pulled out all of the pansies because they were tired. Haven't planted anything here. I need to do some more deadheading of my daylilies. I think I'm honestly going to just be splitting these daylilies and planting this and have this be a daylily bed. I just think it would look really good here. And then my topiaries are just exploding. They've already had one haircut, and they're just doing so good. And the impatiens, I'm shocked. They get so much sun, but look at them. They're just thriving in here. Same with this pot over here. Look at that. Just thriving. This one isn't as voluptuous as the other one, but it's still putting on a ton of new growth and looking really good. So I'm happy, really happy with the progress of these. Here's an update. Oh, what happened here? Looks like something sat in here. I don't know. Anyways, this one got stepped on and crushed, and it was almost nothing. And I nursed it back to health. My other ones are doing just fabulous. The hotter it gets, the bigger they get. They're just doing fabulous. Look at the coleus, you guys. Oh my gosh. The coleus, I don't know if you can see it. It's right here and over here. There's one over there. I'll show you the other one. But everything is just doing so beautiful. The hostas doing great. They are getting attacked by slugs. I still haven't figured that out. We had severe rain, storm come through yesterday, so these guys are laying down, but they'll be okay in a minute. Hey, a little bird. Did you see that? He's running around. My sedum is doing really good. Look how beautiful. It has put on so much growth. Those coleus, oh my gosh. Now, the bubble gum is not doing what I thought it needed to do, but I think the mistake is that it's too shallow. It dries out really quickly, and I don't always get out here and water it every day. So I just think it's just not getting enough water, because my dream was to have it, and it may still, I'm not sure, but yeah. But it's doing well. It's still putting on growth, and the whole bowl is filled. I'll give you a look from the other side. The hydrangeas, beautiful. The petals are weighed down from all the rain we had yesterday, so they're kind of flopping over. I want to cut some and bring them in so bad, but I don't want to. I love looking at them in the garden. So everything is just doing beautiful, just looks so good. And these daylilies I just deadheaded over here. Now these hostas, I got to get them out of here. They are suffering. They're getting too much sun. You can see they're suffering. So I got to get them out of here. But the impatiens, again, they're getting plenty of sun, and they love it. I don't know. It's freaking me out, because in California, these guys needed to be in the shade, so I don't understand. But these hostas I need to get out, and I'll probably plant them behind the I'll probably plant them behind my Sweet Bay Magnolia and see how they do there, but they need to come out of this pot. They're not doing well. These hostas are putting on growth and doing really good. They get lots of sun, so it's true, the more white on the petal, the more sun they can handle. You can see the difference between the two. So beautiful. Hollies are growing. They're about ready to be shaped. Those are going to be shaped into cones, kind of like this, because I want cone shapes. you know, back here for interest. I have 4 of them. So love those. My ferns are doing great. They're putting on lots of growth. I probably need to get some water in those today. This is my patriotic tree. Not doing so hot. Time to replant, I think. So I'll probably get to that this weekend. I need to pull everything out. It's looking really tired. It's had its show. And it's done. It's just not looking pretty anymore. It's looking sparse and tired. And I don't like when my gardens look like that. So we need to refresh that. And then over here, it's so funny because I pulled the columbine out and it's growing back. Well, I didn't pull it out, I just clipped it and it's growing back. So that's fantastic. It was looking really tired. So there was a fern here that was starting to yellow, so I transplanted that. I'll show you that. Here's my hellebore. Still just doing beautifully. Surrounded by white impatiens, and the impatiens are doing fabulous. They love it. I don't know what that is, but it had pink, beautiful pink blooms. Is that a sedum? I need to know if that's a sedum. But it had beautiful pink blooms. You can see some trying to come back here. Let's see if I can get that to focus. About right there. It's put on a tremendous amount of growth. So I'm just going to leave that there. You can see my hollies are just doing fabulous. We wanted them to get really bushy before we started to shape them. And then this is the fern that I transplanted, and it's very happy here. So I put it in this pot because my pansies and impatiens were done. So put it here. So hopefully this will put on a ton of new growth. But yeah, that is the update on the backyard, or the front yard, sorry. Everything is looking really good and growing just like I want it. Okay, I'm sweaty and dirty, which is the way it should be after you spend some time in the garden. It looks like I beat the storm, so that's good. But it's coming along, you guys, slowly but surely. I'm determined to find the plants that I want, so I have to get out there. I had the kids for the last 6 days. I brought them home yesterday, and or the day before yesterday. Yesterday I did nothing because it rained all day, but we had them for 6 days and 5 nights, all 4 of the grandbabies, or 4 of the grandbabies that live here. And one of them's a 2-year-old, and she kept Ernie and I very busy. So I haven't been able to go out and go shopping, so I'm hoping the weather lets up a little bit this week so I can go out to the nurseries and pick up some more. I really want boxwoods. I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. I think I mentioned that, and just buy the mature ones. You know, I may have to wait until fall to do that. I'm trying to do this on a budget, so I really want to go to the clearance at Lowe's and Home Depot and see what they have maybe they have something that I want for my garden. I don't know. Maybe I have to let go of what it is I want for my garden and replace it with other things, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys are enjoying this backyard transformation so far, and little tidbits. It's fun watching it come together. I'm enjoying sharing it with you guys. I hope you guys feel the same way. But thank you so much for staying till the end, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.